became a total absolute recluse in like 2019. My car was bludgeoned by a texter, and I lost it because I had just paid to have it fixed, and I just bought the car like 2 weeks before, and I was at a dead stop turning into my residence. In hindsight, I should have been looking at the rearview mirror, but I was talking to my 10-year-old daughter, and we were hit from behind by a Charger doing 50. About that wreck, like that was number one. That was the first time I've ever been rendered unconscious by anything but surgery. Especially in my 20s, like always being like, golly, I've never just passed out, or because I hadn't. I came to because my 10-year-old was absolutely screaming. I didn't know it right when I woke up, but several minutes later I would find that my forehead now extended like out to there, 2 black eyes, just all my face was black. She was screaming. I woke up. I'm like, number one, her screaming like jarred me, and I got out of the car and I immediately became so enraged. I had just gotten this car, like I'd spent everything I own on it, and because buying the car and then immediately having to change the water pump on the car, like because of one nut that I couldn't get off the car, like I had to buy like 4 pneumatic, like, you know, ones with pneumatic screwdrivers or drills or whatever, trying to get this one nut off. And it, like, I got them from American Harbor Freight, right? And so they were cheap, and they broke 3 of them until finally the 4th. I didn't have enough money left over to get insurance, so I was like, okay, well, I'll just hold off on that for a little bit. This was really traumatic. I knew I didn't have insurance. I mean, I knew I didn't have insurance, but I don't ever get into wrecks. I don't. I live on a 2-lane, like, they call it a drive, but it's actually a high-speed, like, a thoroughfare. I was angered. I walked to the car behind me. There was people, like, all crowded around the passenger door because the girl was in her car, like, just crying. And I was like, I moved them out of the way, and I got into that passenger side, and I leaned in at her, and I was like, and fuck you. And I spit in her face. So I grabbed my daughter because I not only did I not have insurance, I didn't have a license to drive. My license has been suspended. I'm 48. It's been suspended since I was 23 because I got into a wreck with no insurance. So because I owe State Farm $1 million for a ridiculous 3-inch long scratch on a 92 Astro van, they have kept my license suspended in perpetuity. In perpetuity. So I just walked home. We were at my place anyway. I just went home, right? Like, my face just looks like Quasimodo. I went home. Fuck all this, man. And so when I got there, their dad was there. My daughter's and her brother and sister's dad was there, and they were like, "You can't leave the scene. You can't." I'm like, well, yeah, actually I can, because it's just dead, and, you know, whatevs. Nobody followed me. I'm like, no, you have to go back. So I went back, and, like, when I went back, mind you, she hit me so hard, evidently, and I have no memory of this. I'm not gonna lie, I have no memory of this. I hit, because the front of my car was crushed in two. I hit somebody in front of me, and but I don't have any recollection of that. And that car was magically gone when I came back to the scene. And I walked up on 3 police officers. I'm going to call them good cop, bad cop, and neutral cop, right? And, like, they immediately just pounced on me like I did, like I'm the one that did something bad. Like, they were like, why'd you leave? Why'd you flee the scene? And I'm like, okay, number one, I'm not lying when I tell you my face was out to there. Like, obviously, I was fucked up. I looked bad. And they're, like, asking me, obviously I have a concussion. Still nobody's called an ambulance. There's no fire trucks there. Nothing. and they're like treating me like I'm a criminal. Then they proceed to write me like 20,000 tickets. They charged me with simple battery for spitting on the girl.